Alright guys, you ready to get started? Let's jump right in. So, the plan today, as usual, is if you're brand new to e-commerce, if you don't have a store, if you just started a store, what you really want to focus on is getting to that six-figure profit point first. That should be your first goal. Okay? And once you get there, and you have a store, traffic and sales, things are consistent, you want to push to 7 figures. So no matter where you're at in your business, if you're brand new, or if you are doing moderately well, I'm going to show you how you can take your business to the next level wherever you're at right now in it. Alright? So, Q4, biggest sales opportunity of the entire year. I can't stress it enough, guys. This week and next week, you are going to be making a ton of cash and profits if you are launching ads daily and scaling your budgets. So, your conversion rates are going to go up, your ROI is going to go up, your ROAS is going to go up, and we're going to go into more detail of exactly how to do that on this free training. Okay? So you guys should be focusing 100% right now on scaling and launching ads. So for Q4 promotion, obviously right now the biggest thing is people are buying Christmas gifts for their family, their friends, and their relatives. Right? So we really want to hit on that on our store product page or ad copy. And I'm going to be showing some really cool examples later on in the free training. Black Friday, obviously the biggest sales day of the entire year. Typically people are getting 50% off or more, and people just go crazy. It's a huge, huge revenue day, and you're going to see some big, big spikes in sales this Friday. Cyber Monday, obviously huge as well, and what we like to do is this week and next week, both weeks, fully 14 days, we're running these promotions, and we are optimizing and scaling. Cool. And then, of course, scaling, we're going to get into some very specific strategies, exactly how to do that to take advantage of this holiday season. And then we're going to also finally touch on shipping. It's really important to make sure you guys understand that, sales is one half of the battle, right? I would say sales is the front end, and then you have fulfillment and shipping, which is the back end. So you can't really even count your profits until your customer has received their order and they're happy, right? Because there's still a huge risk for refunds, chargebacks, all that stuff. So remember, fulfillment and shipping is equally as important as sales. You got to make sure the whole funnel, the whole business is sound. And we're going to go into detail today of how to make sure your shipping is on point. So, as I mentioned before, Q4, guys, most profitable time of the year. If you're just starting your business right now, you're very, very lucky because it can't get any easier than this. You have a rabid sea of buyers, people who are looking to buy gifts for their family and friends and relatives, and this is your chance now to optimize and scale as hard as possible. Okay? So we're going to be focusing on scaling up the budgets and, of course, scaling up the ads. So here's a screenshot from one of my ad accounts on one of my stores. This is obviously one of our bigger stores, and you can see we're starting to really push up the spend over the last few days. And as we get closer to Black Friday, tomorrow, and of course Friday, we're going to be ramping up the spend more and more and more, and then just hammer it over the weekend. And you should really be doing the same. It doesn't matter if you're, spending $20 a day, $100 a day, whatever it is. Focus on scaling and seeing this number go up. Because at the end of the day, the more you spend, the more you're going to make. Right? It's direct equivalent of how many ads you're launching to how much money you're going to make if you're optimizing correctly. Okay? So spend more to make more. And as you can see, over the last 5 months, done over $3 million in sales. So this stuff that I'm teaching you today absolutely works. It works every time. Okay, so definitely take some notes and get ready. It's going to be a lot of fun. So again, make it crystal clear. We're focusing on just 2 big discounts, Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So this entire week should be Black Friday promotion, and the entire next week should be Cyber Monday promotion. Now, besides launching ads daily, which I always talk about, you want to be pushing up the budgets as well. Okay, so really, really important. You don't want to go crazy with this. Maybe $5, $10 a day on your best ad sets only. But typically how Facebook works is it's an auction-based system. So you're going out there and you're competing against other advertisers for the same traffic. And whoever has higher budgets or bids are going to win those auctions more frequently. Okay, so typically you're actually going to get higher quality traffic with higher budgets. Now you have to be careful with this. Okay, you don't want to go crazy. You want to go very slow and gradually push those budgets up. But when you combine launching ads daily and pushing up budgets, you're going to be able to scale very quickly and efficiently while maintaining your ROI. That's absolutely critical. Okay, guys, can you guys hear me right now? I got a couple people saying they can't hear me. Just throw a 1 in the box if you can hear me. Just want to make sure that everything's cool. Awesome, thank you, thank you. People are having some issues today with GoToWebinar. All right, so look at this difference here. I want to show you the slide. It's super important. Amazon.com. Look at the difference between Q1, quarter 1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. The sales spike is insane. It's absolutely massive. You all know this, and you all should be hitting on this opportunity as hard as possible. Okay? So what I want you to do today is really take a lot of notes, listen carefully. At the end, we're going to have a Q&A. But I want you to take the strategies that I'm teaching you today and literally apply them to your business today, right? Because we have today, tomorrow, Friday, a weekend for Black Friday, next week, Cyber Monday. So you should be taking all these strategies and implementing them straight away. This is very, very time sensitive. So make sure you take these ideas and apply them. And guys, how important is Q4? You know, it's crazy. Last Q4, people started really getting into Shopify, using Facebook ads and e-com and all this good stuff, and it started to really kick up last Christmas holiday season. And I know people who had full-time jobs, they were doing 30, 40K, 50K per year, and literally within 2 to 3 months, they changed their life. 6-figure income, you know, within 2 to 3 months. It's incredible. So the opportunity is definitely there. It's happened before. It's going to happen again. It just depends on if you are going to take the action to do it, right? So if you take the strategy I tell you today and actually apply them to your business properly, you take action, you can literally change your life. It's amazing. And I've seen it happen before, and I know it's going to happen again. Very, very exciting stuff. So today, what we're going to be teaching, what we're going to be learning, are the 4 keys of Q4. Okay, so as I mentioned in the registration page, we have key number 1, metric meltdown. So you're going to understand the difference between the front end and back end of your Facebook campaigns and stopping those money leaks. This is so, so important. Okay? Yes, this is live, by the way. Someone just asked. Absolutely live. All right, so the front end, right? We're going to go into detail on what those metrics are, what you need to watch for, and then we're going to talk about the back end as well, and what metrics you need to watch for. We're going to give you actual goals to hit and targets to hit to make sure you understand where the leaks are, how to stop them, and how to get profitable fast, right? Because I always have this question asked, why isn't my ad working? Why am I not getting clicks? Why am I not getting sales? Well, there's very easy things you can find out and do to fix these issues. Okay, so we're going to go back into a deep dive with key number 1, metric meltdown. Key number 2, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I'm going to be showing you promotions that are going to bring a ton of sales for you, and it's going to have to do with ad copy, with images, and the promotions themselves. Okay, so you don't have to do a lot of testing with this. It's already been tested year after year after year. All you have to do is take it and use it and make money. All right, so I'm going to show you a ton of ad examples for Black Friday and Cyber Monday posts. So that's going to be pretty cool. Key number 3, Christmas delivery. Right? Remember how I said before how important shipping and fulfillment is? That's the other half of the battle. You have to keep your customers happy. So we're going to structure shipping times and notices on your store to make sure your customers are aware of how it's going to work this holiday season. Right? So they're not going to be left holding a bag or wondering where their Christmas gifts are if they don't get there in time. So we'll deal with those details as well. And then finally, we're going to get into scaling Stacker. This is going to be the most exciting part of the training, I think. And we're going to be talking about launching ads daily, of course, but I'm going to show you a scaling system that works every time. I'm going to show you exactly what types of AdSense to launch without losing ROI. Okay, so that's what we're going to be learning today. Throw a 2 in the box if you're pumped about this and you're ready to get right into it. Yeah, Joel's excited, Karen's excited, Matt's excited, Timmy's excited, Joel, awesome guys, Adam, Stacy, Rob, cool, let's do it. All right, so key number 1, metric meltdown. Understand the difference between the front end and back end of your Facebook campaign so you can stop the money leaks. That's the key, guys. You want to get profitable and stay profitable, and this is exactly how you're going to do it. So, number 1, front end metrics. Okay, we're going to go into detail what those are. Also, back end metrics. We're going to stop the leaks. Now, before you do any of this, you really have to identify the problem. So as we analyze the front end, as we analyze the back end, you're going to find exactly what's wrong, and you'll be able to make certain tweaks to your campaigns to fix those issues. Okay? So very, very simple. Like all my other training, I try to make things super clear and easy to understand so you can take it and apply it today. Okay? And then, of course, we're going to test and tweak and go from there. Now, I'll say it a few times on the training. I have said it on other trainings before. Remember, the most important thing when you're looking at optimization, whether it's the front end, back end, whatever, overall, it always comes down to ROAS. This is my favorite word this year. ROAS, ROAS, ROAS. Right? So 3 times ROAS is what you want to be aiming for, minimum. That's your return on ad spend. If you spend $10, you should be making back 30 in your Facebook ads reporting. Okay, so the purchase conversion value should be 3 times or more. Yep, that's right, ROAS. All right, so front-end metrics. Number 1. Now, these metrics, the caveat to this is, from all of our testing, we spent hundreds of thousands, and this year alone, actually, we almost spent $1 million on Facebook ads. We are in over 30 different niches, and across all of our testing and everything, these metrics I'm going to give you, these targets and baselines, are from all of that testing. Now, the caveat is, it may be different for your business depending on what type of products you're selling, your margins, etc. So you have to look at your best performing ad sets and make a baseline. These are general guidelines and baselines I think are going to work for most people, but take it with a grain of salt, check your best ad sets, and create your own baseline as well. So, CPM, that's really the first front-end metric you want to look at. It's got to be less than $10, generally speaking, okay? That's how we pay for Facebook ads. We pay for Facebook ads on an impression basis. CPM stands for cost per 1,000 impressions. So, for every 1,000 people who view our ad, we want to be paying $10 or less, okay? Number 2, click-through rate, or CTR. Needs to be greater than 2.5%. That's pretty general speaking as well, but I think if you're over 2.5% with the $10 less CPM, you're going to get those cheap clicks. Okay, so all these 3 things work together on the front end to get those clicks low enough to where it's profitable, right? The front end metric here you really want to focus on is your CPC, or cost per click. And that's your cost per click link, not your cost per click all, right? Because there's 2 different ones in Facebook ad reporting. We're talking about link clicks. How much does it cost to send traffic to your store? And we want to get that down below $1.50. Below $1 is even better, but it really depends on your margins. Definitely anything over $2-3 CPC probably not going to work unless you have huge margins. Okay? So now let's look at the back-end metrics. So that's really important for front-end, is the CPC, cost per click. Really the first thing you want to look at and focus on. CTR and CPM will help that as well. Now let's move to the back-end. Okay? So people always ask me, why am I not making sales? I'm getting cheap clicks, right? My targeting is sound, my promotion, my ad image, my ad copy, whatever. People are liking it, they're clicking, but now why aren't they buying, right? So you have to figure out these reasons. Now the back-end metrics, after people click, what's the next action they're going to take on your store, right? Obviously, they're going to try to add to cart. So generally speaking, under $5 per add to cart, cost per add to cart, is very good. That's where you want to be. I've seen it as low as $2-3, but generally anything under 5 should work well. Now, the purchase, the cost per purchase, okay, in the Facebook ads reporting, this is going to vary greatly depending on your baseline for your products and your margins. So generally less than $10, what I see with my students in my business as well, is really, really great. Sometimes you can get as high as $20, $30, $40 CPAs if you have those really big margins. So it depends on your business. Again, take these numbers with a grain of salt. I'm trying to give you some really good baselines to compare your metrics with. Okay, but if you have ad sets that are doing really well, if they're doing over 3 times ROAS, that's great. Use those as a baseline. Okay? But generally speaking, of course, like I always say, ROAS is king. It's the number 1 thing you look at. Then you would look at your cost per purchase, cost per ad cart, and cost per click. Okay, so we typically like to go backwards from the funnel, from the back to the front. If you don't have any sales, obviously you got to start the front end metrics and really get those cost per clicks down below $1.50 or even below $1 is even better. Okay, so that's how you really want to identify what's not working in the funnel, whether it's a front end issue or a back end issue. Are people not clicking? Are they not adding to cart? Are they not buying? And then we can tackle each one of those areas very carefully. So let's get into that now. And then the last thing is your ROI should really be more than 50%. Okay, that's a good baseline, just generally for anyone, I think. Okay? So now that we know which metrics are most important for the front end and the back end, let's talk about how we can identify the problem. So, like I said before, are you getting clicks? Are you getting add to carts? And are you getting sales? 3 very simple questions to ask whenever you're looking at Facebook ads. Okay? So if you have, here's a problem right here. We're going to find a solution if you have a high CPM. Now, people freak out when they see crazy high CPMs, 20, 30, 40 bucks. But like, why is this happening? I just launched this ad. It's not starting off good. And then I look at the cost per click, and the cost per click's below $1. I'm like, well, it doesn't really matter, right? Because you're getting cheap enough clicks, the CPM doesn't matter. If your CPM's too high and your clicks are too expensive, just give it some time to optimize. I see people all the time, they pause their AdSense after $5 ad spend. It's not enough. You have to give time for Facebook to optimize in order to work it out. So generally speaking, I like to say if you have really high CPM, over 20 bucks, you want to give it 24 hours to come down. If it's still high after 24 hours, you can simply duplicate the ad set and try it again. So what's very interesting about Facebook ads is it's totally random. So if you're targeting an audience of 300,000, 500,000, or even 1 million, every time you launch an ad set, it doesn't matter if it's a duplicate, it's going to go out and reach a different segment of that audience, different people. Okay? So it really depends on how the ad set starts. If it doesn't start that great and does not optimize in 24 hours, you can simply duplicate it. It's going to reach a different segment of that audience, and it's going to try again. Generally, that fixes it. You can also try targeting a larger audience or mobile only. Generally, mobile only is going to give you cheaper traffic, or targeting larger audience. That's why you don't want to go with 100,000 people or 200,000 people. You always want to be at least 300,000 to 500,000 people, upwards to 1 million or 2 million if you're really scaling more broad, right? So if you're getting the high CPMs even after duplication, just try making the audience a bit bigger and see if that helps. Because the larger the audience, the lower your traffic costs should be. Then finally, the last result, we don't typically do this, but it is an option. You can open up the age range 18 plus and make it a bit wider, and that's going to give you even cheaper CPM and lower traffic cost. Okay, let's find the next solution here for a low click-through rate. So your CPM is good, let's say, but now people are not clicking. So why are they clicking on the link in the ad? Well, obviously the first thing we can do is try a different ad image. Okay, really, really important. Different ad images are going to give you different results, different click-through rates, and that's going to affect your cost per click. Okay, and of course you can do different targeting or better targeting using Flex or Intersect, which I highly recommend you always start with that. If you want to intersect 2 or 3 levels deep, and I've obviously got some training on that as well that you've probably seen. So next is precise interest, guys. This is really key. If you're having a low click-through rate, you want to tighten up your targeting here. Both point 2 and 3 have to do with targeting, and by tightening it up, you're going to reach a more passionate, more laser-targeted group of people that are more likely to click. Okay, so those precise interests, they're not necessarily lowercase now. Facebook likes to change all these things, but generally speaking, any interest under 500,000 or under 300,000 is a smaller, more precise interest. Okay, things like associations, websites, magazines, brands. These are all very precise, high-affinity interests, and these are honestly the most profitable type of interests. So definitely take note of that because they work extremely well. Okay, next is high CPC. Now you're getting clicks. So your CPM is good, your traffic cost is low enough. It's around 15 bucks, maybe 10 bucks, not bad. You're getting clicks, but the clicks are costing you too much, right? So again, give it 24 hours to come down, and that sometimes fixes it. Or you can change the image to increase your click-through rate, and that will give you a lower CPC. Of course, you can change your targeting again. That should help. Or change the promotion. So I don't see a lot of people do this last one, which really can help big time. So if you're running a promotion like free shipping or buy 2 get 1 free or 50% off or whatever it is, try swapping that promotion out for something else and see if that helps get people to click. Okay, really, really key. It can work great. Now, if you have a high add to cart cost, So you got to ask yourself, why aren't people adding to cart? There's a very good reason for that. Number one, the promotion isn't interesting enough to them. They're not really there. They don't think it's a good enough deal or whatever. Or the price is just too high. So when it comes to the back end stuff, guys, 90% of the time you have a price problem, and that's basically it. If people are adding to cart, if they're not buying, it's generally because the price is too high. So what we like to do is start the price higher and walk it down over a few days to see where the sweet spot is between that conversion and return on investment, ROI, and of course ROAS. Okay, so for example, I'd start something at $24, maybe $20. If it doesn't work so well there, I'll bring it down to $14.95, $12.95. You have to walk it down and see when the best conversion point is for that product. Then you want to optimize for add to cart. So if your add to cart costs too high, and let's say you're optimizing for purchase, you can always try optimizing for add to cart instead. And that's going to get you lower cost per add to cart. Okay, so that's something to try as well. And then finally, just generally speaking, a lot of people say, look, I'm getting a lot of clicks, they're cheap enough, but people aren't buying. Why aren't they buying? And like I said, 90% of the time it comes down to price. You can give it 24 hours to come down to optimize, but most of the time, if you're getting clicks, if you're sending that traffic to your store, but you're not making sales, it's because the price is too high. Okay? And then of course you can optimize for purchase. So with the optimization strategy, you want to start with add to cart. As soon as you hit 100 purchases, you can switch, and that's for the entire pixel on your store. You can switch to optimize for purchase, and that should bring down the purchase cost. Okay? So, are you guys still with me? Put a 1 in the box if you're still here. I know that was a bit heavy. Cool. I'm glad. Hey, Adrian, good to see you. Adam, Stacy, Hassan, good. Bill, James, Chad, nice. Awesome. All right. Let's move to key number 2. This is the exciting part. You guys ready? We've got Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I'm going to show you some live ad examples right now. So, before we dive into that, the first thing you want to do is decide what promotions you're going to run. You're going to want to create new ad post images for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, 1200 by 1200 image posts. I'm going to show you some examples of those. And then you're going to want to schedule those promotional ads for Black Friday to run over the weekend, and then schedule the Cyber Monday ads to start on Monday and run those for the week as well. Okay? So very easy. You can do the work now, schedule it in, and you're all set. Alright, so what works best for Black Friday, Cyber Monday? Generally, from what we've seen, 65 to 75% off works really well. Okay? That works the best. Now, because most people are getting 50% off, so why not beat them and do a bit more? And of course, if you're doing 50% off already, you don't have to drop your prices necessarily. You can, but generally you can just bump up the regular price, and that will give you that 75% off amount. Okay? What also works really well is 2-for-1 or 3-for-1 deals. So you can literally say on the product page, this is a 2-for-1. Set up a special product where they get 2-for-1. Okay, that's a really good promotion. It works great for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Next, you want to mention the promotion in the ad copy, on the product page, and on the home page. You really want to blast it out everywhere and make it crystal clear that you're doing a really awesome promotion. Okay. All right, now here's the second part. We're going to get into some ad copy, some ad images, and some Black Friday posts. Some of these are from last year. Well, they're actually all from last year because we haven't put up Black Friday yet. But look at this. Look at this. This is a great image right here. You've got a really nice sticker on the top right. Okay. You've got the logo at the top. You've got multiple products and multiple variants. And by variants, I mean different colors. Okay. And then you've got down at the bottom, shop the sale now. So the ad copy, not so great. I just chose this example for the image because it looks really, really good, really clean. And that's a good example right there of what you can try out for your best-selling products. Here's another one right here. You got to remember, what we're trying to do is capture attention. We're trying to get people to click. It's very, very competitive as well, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Traffic costs will go up. There's more advertisers. You got to stand out. And by doing that, you can do stuff like this, making it a bit more flashy. And then in the ad copy, you can use some emoticons, and that really makes it pop, especially in the newsfeed or on your phone. So you can see here, this person is doing a pre-Black Friday sale. This is posted on the 17th, 2 days ago. and they're doing 20% off the entire site. Now, they're using promo codes. You'll see a lot of these people using promo codes. I don't recommend it. It's almost like another barrier for people to buy or get their deal. I just like doing a site-wide 65 or 75% off, and that works well. Okay, so here's another one here, and they're doing an annual Black Friday sale, and I don't know if they're doing any percentage off, but I liked images like this because they really grab your attention, especially if you use people in the image who are looking at the camera. It's going to make you stop scrolling the newsfeed, and it's going to get your attention and interest and click. And of course, mentioning Black Friday on the image itself is going to work great as well. The only difference with this one I would have put is the actual percentage off or the deal or discount they're doing for Black Friday. Okay, here's another really good example. Again, I wouldn't use the promo codes, but mentioning the discount on the image is great. Be careful with text, of course. You got to be careful with the 20% text rule. Any more than 20% text on the image could reduce your reach and traffic. Okay, so be careful with that. A very clean image looks great. And here's another one here. Great example. They've got the product image and the promotion top right. Okay, so very, very simple, very effective. This one's pretty cool. It's got a big banner at the top. It's got the promotion at the bottom. And I like that the ad copy here as well. 50% off store-wide. Okay, very, very good. Here's another one here. They've got their logo, promotion, Black Friday sale. You got to make it really apparent. There's going to be a lot of people out there advertising, so you got to make it pop. This one's super cool. These multiple image ads work really well, especially if you have a product with different options or different variants. You can put 4 of them on the ad image and then mention the percentage off. Okay, it works great. This one's a bit cleaner, mentioning Cyber Monday sale, 20% off. And this one's pretty cool. It's got a discount code, Cyber Monday. So what I would do is I would put together, maybe 5 to 10 different ad image templates and run them all and see which one works best. The ones that are not working that well, just pause them straight away. Okay, so do a quick split test, 1 ad set per image, and test it out and see what works best for your products and your audiences and niche. Here's another good one here, Cyber Monday sale, 40% off. Again, be careful with the 20% text rule. Take these ad images as great examples, but make the text smaller so you don't get reduced traffic and reduced reach from that text rule. Okay, here's another 4 image ads, same store. Pretty nice. I really like the background effect on this. It's really going to pop out of the newsfeed and get your attention and get those clicks, right? So putting your products over really bright or interesting backgrounds is going to help a lot with your click-through rate and, of course, your CPCs. Same thing here, 20% off site-wide, pretty simple. This one I really like because you have, I'm going to make the text smaller, but I like the setup of the design. It really pops in the newsfeed. It tells you exactly what's going on. Cyber Monday sale, 24 hours, 40% off everything. Boom. So very, very clean. Okay, and then we got another one here with the black bar at the bottom, which tells you the Cyber Monday sale going on, 25% off everything with the code. All right, so guys, that's really how easy Q4 is. Okay, so put a 1 in the chat if you're getting this right now, or put a 2 in the chat if you're overwhelmed by all this information. Lots of 1s, got a couple 2s. Okay, not bad. Mostly 1s, so that's good. You guys are following along. Awesome. All right, guys. So put a 3 in the chat if you want to start using these strategies in your business today. Right? Today, tomorrow, Friday, this weekend. Easy money, definitely. Lots of 3s, love it. Love it, guys. Awesome. All right, so we're going to move right along. So let's go to key number 3 now, which is Christmas delivery. So super important, like I mentioned before, you've got to be on top of your fulfillment, your customer service, keeping your people happy, and that has a lot to do with shipping times and expectations for Christmas delivery. All right, so number 1, you should always be using ePacket. Okay, always be using ePacket. Super, super important. 2 weeks average shipping time to the USA. Now, it depends on your processing time, but typically the vendor should not be taking more than 2 to 3 days to process the order and then send it out. It should get there within 2 weeks average. That might go up a little bit because of Christmas. Things are obviously slower around this time, so you got to be careful. Now, stay in close communication with your main vendors. This is really important. I know a lot of people, you're working with messaging vendors on AliExpress, and you're trying to manage things on that end. It's very difficult. It's much easier to get your main vendors on Skype so you can stay in constant contact with them every day. You're on them, or your team's on them, and you're saying, hey, have these orders been fulfilled? Have they been shipped? Where are the tracking numbers? You gotta stay on top of it, right? So that's super important, especially this time of year, because they're going to be really busy as well. Next, what you want to do is ask your vendors, what is the cutoff date, the absolute last day, to ensure delivery before Christmas Eve, right? You want to make sure your products get there in time, and if not, we're going to talk about what to do in that case as well. So, I think generally speaking, for most people, you're going to have a December 2nd cutoff date. 3 weeks before Christmas is a pretty safe bet. And after that, you really want to put a notice on your store that says, delivery is not going to be guaranteed before December 24th. Okay? And you're going to want to mention the same thing in the order confirmation email. It's very important. You want to make sure people understand and have their expectations set properly, so you don't have a huge blast of customer service tickets and any issues. Okay, so here's an example. Black promotion bar, this is what I mean. After December 2nd, you're going to want to put something in here, not necessarily this text, but just something to let them know after this point, we cannot guarantee delivery before Christmas. Okay, so it's really important to be upfront about that and not cause any issues. All right, so now let's get to the funnest part of the training, I think, and we're in key number 4, scaling stacker. Okay, so we're going to be launching ads daily. I'm going to show you exactly what type of ads to launch right now. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, guys, this is a new system. You should definitely get up and running very quickly. It works great. It's going to help you organize what ads have been launched, which ones haven't, which ones are working, which ones aren't. Okay, it's going to give you a high-level overview of what's going on with your Facebook ad campaigns. So what you do is you create a really simple ad spreadsheet. You list all the types of ads you've launched for each product. So in the first column, you can have all your products, and on the top columns, you can have all the different types of ad sets, all the different types of targeting, right? List all your products, list all your types of ad sets, and fill it in. Okay? All the ones you didn't launch, you're going to want to obviously launch those. And this is a great way to fill in the gaps and the holes and to scale horizontally, right? So if I know for this product I've launched intersect ad, I've launched an LLA, I've launched a retargeting ad, all these things, but then for this product I haven't launched, a buyer LLA ad. Well, obviously now I know I got to go launch that. So this really helps you stay organized and track what you have and haven't launched with your Facebook ad campaigns. It's going to help a ton and really help you think and organize in your head how you can scale more effectively and efficiently by hitting different segments and different audiences with your ads. Okay. So launch ads daily. Again, I'll mention it a million times. It's so key. If you're not launching ads daily, your business is going to die. It's that simple. Okay? You should always be launching ads and always optimizing. It's a constant cycling through these things. So by launching ads daily, you're going to maintain ROI, increase your ad spend, and of course, in turn, you should be increasing your revenue and your profit if your funnel is unlocked, it's locked in, right? Have all those holes plugged, all the leaks, and everything is working properly. That's how it should work. More ads, more money, right? Now, the key to this is you never want to launch more than 50% of the active ads you have. So if you have 50 ads, only launch 25. Very simple. Now, the caveat to this is for Black Friday, you could go more aggressive. You could launch 100% of the ads that you have running. The problem is you got to be careful. You don't want to eat too much into profit. So if you do start launching a ton of ads, you got to pause fast, right? Or it's going to kill your profitability. Excuse me. All right. So, campaign structure. Yeah, we're going to get into the type of ads very soon, guys. Just give me one sec. Cool. And save the other questions for the end as well, please. All right, so campaign structure, one campaign per product. You're going to put as many ad sets you want in that campaign, and then one ad per ad set. So this is exactly how you should have it structured. Each product has its own campaign. So one campaign per product, all the different types of ad sets and targeting in the ad set level, and then the ad level, one ad per ad set. can see I've got 3 ad sets and 3 ads. Very, very simple. This is the campaign structure you need to have for scaling. This is really going to help keep you organized as well and figure out what's working and what's not. Okay? So, ad set scaler. These are the specific types of ads you should be launching or have launched by now. And if you haven't, definitely get in there and start launching. So number 1, we're going to start in the beginning, which is very, very centric and highly targeted people. Laser targeted, right? The most passionate fans. That's precise interest. So anything under 1 million audience size, maybe even smaller, under 500,000, generally smaller audiences, more targeted and more high affinity, like magazine association interests and brands. Those are all going to be very precise interests. You can take those in one box, in the targeting box, and intersect them with 3 or 4 broad interests. Okay, so like 10 to 20 precise interests in the first box, intersect with 3 or 4 broad in the second box. That's generally where we're going to start with our ad sets for a new product. Okay. Number 2, then you start moving out a bit broader. So now we're going to target broad interests. They're typically interests over 1 million audience size, and we're going to intersect them with other broad interests. You could do 1 broad in the first box, another broad in the second box, another broad in the third box. So you actually have a 3-layer intersect there, and those work really well. The number 1 and 2 here is really all about testing. The beautiful thing using the flex method and the flex and just intersecting in general, narrow your audience, is you can come up with unlimited variations of these audiences, right? And the key here to not have to worry about overlap with your ad sets, targeting the same people with the same ads, is making sure every ad set is unique. Whether you remove an interest or add an interest, every ad set should be unique. Okay? And we do that very easily with the flex method. Number 3, lookalike audiences. Guys, lookalike audiences are the most profitable ad set type right now by far. Okay? And you can create lookalikes from so many different ways. The first way you should be doing is from clickers, people who visited the specific product page. You make 10 lookalike audiences, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the single audiences, but only after you've got 1,000 people in the custom audience. Okay? So don't create that lookalike before you have at least 1,000 people. It's not going to work as well. After you have 10 ad sets you can launch now, the first thing you want to do is intersect those with broad interests. Okay? So broad interests, really, really key. So that's going to bring, for example, LLA 1% is 2 million audience size. You're going to bring that down to 300,000, maybe 500,000 people. So much more targeted. The traffic there is very cheap, very affordable, and it's incredible ROAS. So number 3 is actually my favorite type of ad set. Now we get even more broad. We're going to just run the LLAs by themselves with no interest. So basically, wide open, just to look like. They're going to be very large audiences, 2 million, 4 million, 6 million, etc. And that works great as well after you've done the first 3. Okay? So you have to build out that pixel data, the campaign data, and you slowly start to scale out from the beginning, from the center. Okay? Number 5, then we just go totally broad. For example, if I was selling a firefighter necklace, I would just type in firefighter, right? And that actually works. So that's what you want to do, guys, when you're scaling your ad sets. Start super laser targeted, and each level go out more and more and more with bigger audiences and more broad. That's the best way to scale. Do tons of variations of audiences, and you're going to do great. Okay? And yeah, again, guys, the lookalikes, they can be created from a number of different ways, but the best way is from clickers who visited the specific product page. Okay, so you want to get 1,000 clicks to that product page, and then boom, you make the lookalike, and you're off to the races. I know people who actually lose money on steps 1 and 2 just to get that those lookalikes created. Okay, so that's how important they are. They're so profitable. So definitely want to get to that milestone of 1,000 people and the custom audience first. Okay, now let's go over traffic lights. When you're scaling really hard, when you're launching tons of ad sets, you got to be on top of this. Okay, you have to be watching your ad sets and optimizing them. And the best way to do that, number 1, is by ROAS. So in our business, in our students' business, anything over 3 times ROAS, we're going to greenlight, which means we're going to duplicate the ad set, and with the similar audience, maybe a little bit different, 1 interest thrown in or 1 interest taken out, just so each duplicate's unique. And then we're going to increase the budget on the original ad set as well, very slowly. And typically right now, duplicating. If you want to duplicate, the best way to do it is with lower budgets. So if I have a $15 or $25 original budget ad, duplicates are going to be 5, 10, 15. That makes sense, right? So you're going to have to go slow with the increased budgets as well, and make sure you don't mess up the algorithm or optimization. So adding $5, $10 a day should be fine. Yes, guys, this is being recorded, no problems. I know GoToWebinar is having some problems today. There's some intermittent stuff going on, but it's being recorded, and I'll get that out to you straight after. So, scaling rules. Any ads that's over 3 times ROAS in the past 3 days, guys, the past 3 days is really the best time frame to look at your ad sets, right? Whenever you jump on the computer, whenever you look to optimize your ad sets, always look at a 3-day window, including today. So today, yesterday, day before, 3 days. In that window, you want to look at what you can scale up by increasing the budget, and what you can scale out by creating similar ad types, right? Just variations of those audiences. So you're going to be doing tons of intersect audiences. There's so many ways to do it. And you're going to have tens and tens of lookalike audiences. Remember, you can make lookalikes in multiple countries, right? US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, UK even, and then we can even go international. So there's so many ways to scale out, and that's honestly the best way to do it because you're hitting different audiences, different parts of the world. All right, so number 4, optimizing a rolling 3-day basis. Like I said, you want to optimize 3 to 5 times per day. Very important. I know people who don't even track their ROI. it's insane. So whenever I see that, it's the first thing I tell them, like, look, you got to know where you're at in your business. You got to be updating your ROI spreadsheet at least 3 times a day, know where you're at. And if you see that your ROI has dropped substantially, or it's so different than yesterday, you know you have to jump into the ads. You know you have to optimize and pause some or turn down budgets, right, to get profitable and get your ROI back up. So super important to be on top of it, and that's going to be a big game changer for you. And then generally, if you spend over $20 and no sale, just pause it, right? That's pretty much for all products unless you have crazy big margins, but anything over $20 and no sale on a new ad set, just pause, because it's going to save you a lot of money and it's going to stop the bleeding. I hate when I see people spend $40, $50, $60 without a sale. It just drives me crazy, right? Because you're just wasting money. That's not going to work. And it's much riskier doing it that way. It's better to launch tons of ads. The ones that work right away, right off the bat, you keep those and you kill the rest. That's the safer way to do it. Okay, and then finding winners very quickly with this, like I said, launching ads daily, optimizing ads daily. You're going to cycle through and find the winners very quickly. Number 5, if you spend over $10 and your CPC is above $3, just pause it. Like I mentioned before, if you have crazy high CPCs above $2, $3, you don't have the ROAS, you don't have the sales, it's not going to work. Don't let it run. You're just wasting money, right? Remember, you want to get below $1.50, preferably even below $1 cost per click. So anytime it's above $3 for sure, or with $10 or more spend, just kill it. All right, guys. So we just went through the 4 keys of Q4. Okay, metric meltdown. We talked about the front end and the back end of your Facebook campaigns, how to find the leaks, and how to plug them. Then we talked about key number 2, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I showed you a ton of amazing ad examples, and I hope you took notes, but of course some of you can do the replay after, and you can use those and build out some ad templates for Friday and Monday next week. All right, number 3, Christmas delivery. We went over how we're going to structure our shipping times and notify our customers so that they're going to be happy and the expectations are set properly, so you don't have huge issues in January. All right, and the last thing we should go over right there is here, Scaling Stacker, which is all about launching ads daily, and I showed you exactly what types of ads to launch first and last with the best results. So, put a 2 in the box if you think that training today was awesome. Cool. Thanks, Rob, Imrag, Joel, Julian, Valerie, Killer, Tibby. Awesome. Lots of 2s, Rob. Thank you very much, sir. Matt, San liked it. Yep. Hassan, very nice. Awesome, guys. Glad you're still here. So, put a 4 in the box if you think this is the absolute best time to start an e-commerce business, or scale it up huge, like right now, today. Yeah, absolutely. Tons of 4s. Love it, guys. Cool. So, let me ask you a question. I'm able to talk to you guys now about something I think can really benefit and help you out. Okay, put a 3 in the box if you want to hear all about the Millionaire Challenge. Okay. Cool. Lots of 3s. All right, guys, thanks very much. Let's continue on. So, what I've recently created here is, well, the Millionaire Challenge, as you know, has been around for quite some time, for over a year now. We've got lots of amazing testimonials and students and people doing extremely well. Now, the reason why I've created 2.0 is because Facebook ads changes so fast. Every 3 to 6 months they change. There's huge updates with the systems, the strategies, what's working. And right now, I've created all these brand new videos for you in 2.0 to show you the best optimization and scaling strategies that are working right now in our business. Okay, so that's what it's all about, the Millionaire Challenge 2.0. So you're going to be learning how to find high margin products very, very easily. Okay, no more guesswork here. You're going to be learning how to design killer converting ads. I'm going to show you tons of examples. You're going to learn exactly how to laser target super fans in your niche, and also a ton of examples. Okay? You're going to learn how to optimize your ads like a pro. And I'm going to give you very specific rules for that as well. You're going to scale your campaigns huge without losing ROI, and automate fulfillment to free your time. This is super, super important, right? You want to be spending all your time on launching ads and scaling. You should not be spending your time on fulfillment or customer service. Okay? Very, very important. So, number 7, outsource daily tasks to become the boss, right? It's all about delegation here. Once your business gets too big, you gotta start delegating, start hiring on more people, more staff to help you out. That's the only way you're gonna be able to scale efficiently, or you're gonna get hit with a ton of issues. So make sure you have a solid team, and we go into detail on that as well. So, with all these things, you're gonna be able to get rid of shiny object syndrome. You know, later on, I'm gonna show you guys some screenshots of people in the Millionaire Challenge coaching program, and it's just been absolutely amazing the results you've been able to get with just this training. I always tell people, I'm like, look, you can go out there and you can buy course after course after course, program after program, and not get results, right? And waste a lot of money and a lot of time. This is going to kill all that for you. All you need is this training, I promise you. And obviously, being with Black Friday, Cyber Monday, it's just making it even easier, okay? So you're going to stop wasting money on bad ads, stop wasting money on bad products, and stop wasting time. You know, last year, year before, it just isn't working for you. It's time to make it work right now. This is it. Okay, and obviously you're going to kill the overall of your business because things are going to get super crystal clear for you. Guys, my training is very simple. Okay, I created all my systems, techniques, and strategies to be super easy to understand and implement so you can use them straight away. That's one thing that really differentiates me between other coaches is I have zero fluff. I just tell you exactly what to do, what's working now, and how to do it. Right? And you're not going to run stores that don't convert well. I still hear a lot of people talking about niche stores, should I be running them versus general stores, stuff like that, you know, and conversion strategies and techniques as well. What type of text to use on your buy buttons, colors, all this stuff. Very, very important to understand that as well. We go into that in a deep dive with Millionaire Challenge 2.0, and of course, so much more. So, what are you getting today? You're getting access to the Millionaire Challenge Phase 1 and 2. There's actually 3 phases. Phase 3 is very advanced, a lot of extra stuff. I want to start you out with Phase 1 and 2, get you highly profitable, and then you can graduate to Phase 3. Okay, so access to Phase 1 and 2. You're also going to get access to my custom Shopify theme. Thousands and thousands of dollars have been spent on this theme. Okay, it's optimized for conversion. Generally speaking, you're going to see anywhere between a 5 to 10% conversion rate, and it looks super clean, it loads well on mobile, it does extremely well. That's totally free as part of the Millionaire Challenge 2.0 package. You're also going to get 4 weeks of email support with me personally. Okay, I don't do this with any of my other products or other services. Only with the Millionaire Challenge do you get direct access to me for 4 weeks. You can ask me as many questions as you want, and I'll get back to you within 24 hours. Okay, so huge benefit right there. Then you're going to get access to the exclusive, very exclusive Facebook group mastermind. Right, about 100 people in there. Everyone's very helpful. People ask questions, they answer questions, and it's more like a family. And then, of course, twice per year, we actually meet up in a live mastermind environment, and you can be part of that as well. Okay, so but for this program, you get access to the Facebook group for life. So, let's see what you get here with Millionaire Challenge 2.0. Number one, you're going to get the welcome videos. We're going to talk about an introduction to the business and set you on a roadmap to succeed. Okay? So that's number one. Number two, you're going to get phase one foundation. This has got a ton of videos in here. We're going to be talking about your business fundamentals. So important to have the right business structure before you actually start running traffic and making sales, right? Then we're going to talk about choosing your platform. You can choose Shopify or you can choose Commerce HQ. And we'll get into that more in a bit. Then we're going to talk about apps. And then finally, stage 5 and 6, which is really the most important, finding products and sourcing products. And I'm going to show you a ton of examples here to show you exactly what's working right now and how to find those products effectively in your business. Phase 2 launch. This is where the real meat and potatoes happens with this program. Okay, you're going to get access to Business Manager, Pixels, Campaign Lifecycle, Power Editor, Custom Audiences, basically everything you need to learn and understand in terms of optimizing and scaling your Facebook ad e-commerce business. Okay, it's all in there. That's all you need. You don't need to go anywhere else. So, you got the 2 welcome videos. You got 8 videos in phase 1, 13 videos in phase 2. Guys, this is over 185 minutes of training, okay, over 3 hours. It's a ton of training, very, very top-notch. This is my highest level, my best training ever. You definitely want to get it. And of course, the custom Shopify theme and the 4 weeks of email support. And finally, the Facebook group mastermind, which I think is absolutely priceless. And total value today, guys, is $22,485. Now, I honestly think this is worth a lot more. You know, if this could make you 6 figures this year or next year, how much would it be worth to you, right? Even if it could make you 50 grand profit over the next 2-3 months, how much would it be worth to you? So you have to think about that as well. This is a ton of time and a ton of ad spend that we've spent internally with my students that I've packaged into brand new videos for you to show you exactly what's working right now. So again, if all this program did was to give you the formula to put $1 in, get $3 out, that magical 3 times ROAS, would you do it? You know, if it helps you find winning products easier and faster, would you do it? Would give you a real life example of optimization and scaling, and would you do it? And what if it walked you through every single step with nothing left out? Okay? No fluff, just exactly what to do and show you how. And then finally, if it simplified the business, you can understand and implement it quickly and efficiently, and allow you to scale your campaigns to the moon, which is my favorite part, of course. So, I really had 2 choices of this. As usual, I could go cheap as possible, sell it to everyone. I could get affiliates, the whole 9 yards, and do that whole launch game thing. Or I could get you guys to require a bit higher investment, but make it more exclusive with less people, so I can actually help you guys personally one-on-one. That's the biggest benefit with the Millionaire Challenge 2.0. You get access to me personally. Okay? 4 weeks, email support, ask me as many questions as you want, and I'm going to help you through the entire process. And how much is that really going to be worth to you guys? Right? Think about this again. If you can make 6 figures, or even 7 figures, at the end of the day, it's an absolute investment, and you have to be ready to invest in your business to succeed. And look at this, guys. You know, like I said in the beginning of the webinar, I've spent almost $1 million on Facebook ads just this year alone. Okay? So this is a ton of testing, a ton of money spent, a ton of testing. I know exactly what works and what doesn't, and I'm only going to give you the actual goods, the actual types of ads, how to optimize the scale in the whole 9 yards, and nothing else. There's going to be no extra. You want to just get what's working now, and that's it. Okay? So you can see, guys, honestly, why this is an amazing deal at 10 grand. Like I said, it could be worth 20, 50 grand to you if you could make that much money easily, right? So 10 grand would be an amazing deal. General public, they paid $49.60 not too long ago. But because you're on my list, and more importantly, because it's Black Friday, I'm never going to do this again. This is crazy. Definitely the lowest price point people have ever got in on the Millionaire Challenge, $24.80 today. Okay, 50% off, Black Friday special. This is it, guys. This is your chance to get in, get direct access to me via email support for 4 weeks. Okay, you're going to get access to phase 1 and 2. You're going to get access to the Shopify theme, all this good stuff. You can go right now to jonmac.co/MC and get inside the group as well. Okay, so again, total value $22,000. I think it's worth a lot more, but that's definitely bare minimum, right? So an amazing discount, amazing deal today at $24.80. So you have 2 options. You can do nothing, you try to figure it all out alone, spend more time on your money and testing products and ads, or you gather up a small investment. Like I said, it's never been this low before. It's only going to happen these next 2 days before Black Friday special. Never again, and it's brand new, Millionaire Challenge 2.0, and I'm going to give it all to you. Okay? But you have to put in 100% of your effort. That's all I ask. So, look at this here. This is Chad Bates. So this was actually just posted a couple days ago. He's brand new to the Millionaire Challenge, guys. He's brand new. He's never done e-commerce before. Brand new newbie. 30 days, $35,000 in revenue. Okay? His best day so far, almost $4,200. Incredible. So this just proves right here, the stuff I teach works. All you have to do is implement it. That's it. Just go and do it. It works time and time again with tons of different products and tons of different niches. It's a proven formula. Okay? Look at this here. Abdullah Asad, right here, $172,000 using the techniques and strategies inside the Millionaire Challenge. Okay, so same thing. Just massive, massive results. Annette made $50,000. Mary did extremely well. She's been in the Millionaire Challenge coaching program for quite some time. She's actually in the full 12-month program. I met her live here in Kelowna, which is an absolute pleasure. And her best day here was almost $8,000. So it's incredible to see people who literally have never even heard of. Oh, Chad just mentioned in the chat, he's actually done over $45,000 in sales now. Thanks, Chad. That's awesome. But yeah, it's amazing, guys, to see brand new people, total newbies who've never ever even heard of or done e-commerce before, literally within months, start doing 6 figures. It's incredible, and it's so exciting and cool for me to see. And I love helping people out just like you. All right, you can see here as well. Zach also Millionaire Challenge did extremely well, over 6 figures, and Ricky also Millionaire Challenge as well, almost 300K. And then of course, my screenshots are quite large as well. We really like to scale hard and fast where we can. And that's it, guys. Like, the proof is here, the testimonials are there. This stuff just works, and right now there's no other better time to start your e-commerce business or to scale it up huge. Okay. So the real question is, can you take what's inside and get results fast? Absolutely. Literally, you can pick up this today, Millionaire Challenge 2.0. Start watching the videos right now today. Launch your store. Or if you already have a store, scale your store and start launching tons of ads, pushing up the budgets. And to show exactly how to do that inside the program. And send me emails, guys, today, tomorrow, and Friday. Sign up to the 2.0, send me your questions, send me your emails, and I'm going to help you scale to mass profitability this week and next week. This is the absolute time to get in. Okay? And it's never going to be at this price point ever again. All right? So again, what you're getting the welcome videos, phase 1, phase 2, the custom Shopify theme, 4 weeks of email support, and the Facebook Mastermind group. Absolutely huge. Okay? Very, very cool to get in there and mastermind with other like-minded entrepreneurs, right? And then eventually next year, you can come and join us live. We do masterminds, and you can get access to that as well. So total value there today, guys, is $22,000. I'm going to throw in my 2 usual bonuses. The Flex Method, Gold Method, first 25 people get access to those. And this is interesting too. So Commerce HQ, like I mentioned before, you can choose your platform now. You can choose between Shopify or Commerce HQ. Okay? So this is a brand new commerce platform. You saw in Chad's screenshot, he's using Commerce HQ, and he's done 45K on it. Very, very exciting. And with Millionaire Challenge 2.0, once you go inside, you actually get access to the same deal that Chad got, which is 50% off the annual price at $997. And you're going to get access to everyone else's. Commerce HQ is not going to even launch until March, April next year. So you can get in there now before everyone else and use an amazing new system. So once you get inside, I'm going to walk you through a video comparing Shopify and Commerce HQ. And all really, guys, what it comes down to is 2 things. The cost to run these platforms and the conversion and average order value. Okay, so you can get in there, watch the video, and make a decision if you want to go Shopify or Commerce HQ. Either way, we're going to have you covered. Here's a really cool, nice screenshot of Commerce HQ. And the dashboard here, orders, revenue, visitors, conversion. And then we have all these things on the store setup here. You can set up your pixels, one-click upsell campaigns, which is huge. So you can do one-click upsells before or after. Obviously, after is much more effective is they don't have to fill in their credit card again. They don't have to fill in their shipping address again. All their info is already in there. Boom, one click on the checkout, and they're buying their product. So very, very cool stuff. Okay. And of course, I hear a lot of people like, do you have payment plans? What can we do? One second. I'm trying to put the link in the chat here. People are asking. No problem, guys. It's HTTPS, and it's jonmac.co/MC. Okay, so just click that link right there in the chat, and you can get access to the Millionaire Challenge 2.0 today. So, people are asking me, is there payment plans? There's not a payment plan, but if you use a credit card, of course, you have time to pay back the bank. And literally, guys, this week and next week, you can make 6 figures. You can make a ton of money in this business if you start right now. Okay, and you can pay up that credit card within 30 days, no problem. So this is really the key. Leverage the bank and the credit card to fund your business. Get started today. Start making money. Like, this is Black Friday, it's Cyber Monday. I can't talk about it more than enough. It's insane. So when you click the link, jonmac.co/MC, you're going to go to this page right here. Okay? So for $24.80, you're going to get access to, again, 4 weeks of email support. You can start emailing me today. You can start having conversations with me today about your business, and I can check out your ads, your products, everything. You can be very specific advice for your business personally. Okay? So just, I know you guys have a lot of questions. Just wait 2 seconds. We're going to get to the Q&A very shortly. And then, of course, access to phase 1 and 2, access to the Shopify theme, and access to the Facebook group. Okay, so again, guys, you know it works. You see the testimonials again and again and again in the groups. And listen, for the full mastermind, guys, I charge over $25,000, and people pay this. They come to my live events, they get insane results, and it's worth it, right? So this is your chance now to get in at the absolute lowest price the Millionaire Challenge has ever been, only for Black Friday, and that's it. Okay, this stuff just simply works, guys. So again, what are you getting? The walking videos, phase 1, 2, Shopify themes, 4 weeks of email support, and the Facebook group. Okay, and again, guys, first 25 people get those bonuses, flexible by method if you don't already have them. I hope you do. And that's really it. So listen, I'm going to spend 30 minutes now with you guys, and let's go over some questions to see where you're at in your business and how I can help. All right, so let me just scroll up here and see if I can get some of these questions here. Cool, thanks, Chad. Highly recommend it. No problem. Great course. Thank you. Straight to the point. Definitely. See if there's any questions here. Yes, there's going to be a replay right after. Well, we're going to go through questions here for the next 30 minutes. Gregory, I understand you might think it's expensive, but it's going to cost you more in the long run not to get this information now and implement in your business. And of course, you can always use your credit card and finance it that way. Cool. Yeah, again, it's Kimberly, no payment plan. Again, you can use your credit card if you want to have a payment plan of any type.